So I see this comment, man talking about the phone call bit killed me. Thinking, what phone call? What are you talking about? Obviously, man got hella videos and I can't remember what I say in all of my videos, obviously. So anyway, man's gonna watch the video now. And yeah, I got to the part where it was the phone call, innit? I started laughing as well. This is the bullshit I'm talking about, these low IQ conversations. A man has phoned me up in present day 2020 blood clot free to ask me about whether one of the guys on the ends was getting gyal back in 2011 when we was like 18 and that. This is the bullshit I'm talking about. I can't be around these people having these dumb, low IQ conversations. Day in, day out. Obviously, like I said in the video, it's good to have little small talk here and there, innit? Yeah, not every conversation has to be about success or business or big plans to take over the universe and that. But when I'm getting people phoning me up about these low IQ conversations and that, blah, I just switch off, I zone out. I don't even want to talk. I don't want to be around someone like that. Every day, man, have these little small talk, low IQ conversations and that. It gets a bit boring after a while, trust me. Every now and then, it's like me and my girl were sitting at the table earlier this morning, and when me and my girl have conversation, that we have like high IQ conversations, and obviously with the tenants and that, no disrespect to them, a lot of them ain't really high IQ or nothing, yeah? So it's obviously a lot of low IQ conversations. But every now and then I will have like a decent high IQ conversation, like once every 1,000 people I meet. Yeah. The other day I was at one flat block. I'm in the tenant's house. The woman, she's a big woman, like 40 something or whatever. She's got a daughter, she's like 14 years old. And the daughter was just hanging around. I noticed that like some of the kids in the house, like they're just intrigued at what you're doing. They see you working on the fuse box and that, so they just want to stand and hang around and that. So the daughter's standing next to the mum, who's standing next to me, and she's just watching what I'm doing, innit? So the mum said, so what are you doing? She's like, oh, just hanging around. She's like, listen, yeah, you got homework to do. She was like, yeah. She was like, well, go do it then. She's like, oh, I'll do it in 10 minutes or whatever, innit? So boom, so she said, so what homework have you got to do anyway? And she was talking about reciting the carbon cycle, you know, like when you die and your body decomposes and it goes back into the ground, whatever. So anyway, so the mum said, all right, well, recite the carbon cycle. So the daughter, she's young, she's like 14, she's still learning it. So she's like, well, when you die, you know, the enzymes break down and blah, 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 innit? Yeah. So she's kind of struggling, which is cool. She's 14, she's still learning it. Most of us lot don't know the carbon cycle, yes. I don't even think you're smart or anything like that. So she's reciting the carbon cycle. She's struggling that. So the mum's saying, yeah, okay, then what? And she's telling her the next stage and the next process. Okay, yeah, then what? So I'm standing there thinking to myself, nah, no way. This woman must be. So anyway, I waited for them to stop. I waited for the girl to stop reciting the carbon cycle. I didn't interrupt them. So when they had stopped, I said to the woman, sorry, miss, are you a teacher? She was like, yeah. I was like, I knew it. I knew you had to be a science teacher or whatever. She's like, how do you know? I was like, only someone who is technical in that field would know the carbon cycle. Most normal parents, even if they're intelligent, even if they're a lawyer or a doctor, and maybe a doctor, but even if they're a lawyer or flipping, I don't know, car engineer, whatever, innit, yeah? Even if there was an intelligent person, they wouldn't know the carbon cycle. I was like, just standing here listening to you, getting her to recite the carbon cycle, and you're telling her whether it's right or wrong. I just know you're technical in that field and that. So anyway, me and the woman went on to have like a decent IQ conversation and that. That's 1 out of 1,000 people. Most people will have some dumbass conversation. I'll go to some of these tenants' houses and that. I remember the other day I was in some bungalow. There were some old guys there, they're like 60 years old. I'm standing in the hallway, testing the fuse box. I'm like, nah, these lot ain't really having a conversation for 10 minutes about this. Them man, they are sitting in the living room having a conversation about bananas. Bananas, you know. The fuck you talking about bananas for 10 minutes? Don't get it twisted. Man's had a conversation about bananas. Because obviously, as you lot know in Jamaica, and that, we have planting, we have green banana and that. So I was trying to work out, having a conversation with someone about whether green banana is the unripe version of planting and that. And yeah, they're not the same. They're not the same banana and that. Don't get it twisted. Not every conversation, like I said, has to be about some crazy plans to take over the universe and that. But it's annoying, man. It gets a bit, what is it, jarring, they call it. It gets annoying when people are having these dumb, low IQ conversations. Fuck it. People just got time to be talking about bullshit. I was at my mum's house the other day. One of her people phoned her, and I could just tell my mum was not engaged in this conversation. the person is just yapping on the phone. My mum's just like, yeah, yeah. Anyway, this phone call went on for like an hour or something, innit? I was just going like this to my mum, just yapping. My mum didn't even respond, yeah? So anyway, when she got off the phone, I said to my mum, this person is not socially aware, you know? They have no like conversation awareness. You know when the person is not engaged, when you're talking, and they're just saying, yeah, yeah. If they're not reciprocating and giving you back the same sort of energy and conversation and that, you need to get off the fucking phone. Unless the person on the phone is telling you a story, well then obviously you need to shut up and listen, innit? Yeah, you don't want to be interrupting them. But if you're talking to someone on the phone for a stretch of time and they're not responding back to you and that, you need to get off the phone. You're talking too much. They're not engaged. They're just being on the phone. They're staying on the phone to be polite. I've had it before. I had two brethren one time. They both phoned me up, not in the same day, but at two separate occasions. They phoned me up. These men are just yapping, just chatting, to the point where I just put the phone on the side of the table, put them on loudspeaker. I'm like, yeah. There was a point where I even stopped responding. I wasn't even making no, yeah. I didn't say nothing. Them man there mastered the art of a one-way conversation. I swear, I could have went to the shops and come back and the man would have still been on the phone. Motherfuckers probably still on the phone talking, and that was 3-4 years ago, yeah? Well, longer than that, actually. But, yeah, man, when you get to a certain level and that, you don't want to be wasting your time having some low IQ conversation. Obviously, it's all right for me at work because I get paid to have these low IQ conversations. I'm in the tenants' houses and that. But I don't want to be going to people's houses and spending my time with people to have low IQ conversations. Fuck that. The next time, yeah, you want to work out whether a conversation is low IQ and that, just walk in a room with people and just sit down, not say nothing, be quiet. And just listen and observe. Listen to the conversation. Listen to what the hell they're talking about. Are they talking about things that can better their lives? Or, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like I said, not every conversation has to be about business and that. But over the next few times you go into a room where people are having a conversation, like, just listen and observe. Just listen. You will find that people are just talking about bullshit and that because they ain't got nothing going on in their lives. And me, I don't want to be hanging around and spending my time with people that ain't got nothing going on in their lives. That's why I say when I linked up with my brethren and his friend, that was refreshing because we was having a nice high IQ conversation and that. Yeah, man, it was refreshing, man. I don't want to be chatting to man about what was going on in the ends 10 years ago. That's why certain times I don't even like to see some of the man them that man used to move with on road and that. Man's cool with them, ain't got no problem with them. But what am I going to say to a man that I know he's still on the road doing nonsense? What have I got to say to him? Because I know he's not working. What am I going to say? Oh, what's the end saying? I ain't got nothing to talk to these men about. So, yeah, man, I'm tired of these low IQ conversations. I'd rather fucking just not talk to no one and be on my own, man. But anyway, man, that's it for today, man. Stay well, it's ton,